Welcome to our US briefing show, folks. Today, we're diving into some high-tech, high-stakes news. The US Department of Defense has just awarded massive contracts, up to $200 million, to tech giants like Google, OpenAI, and Elon Musk's xAI. These deals are all about boosting AI capabilities for national security, helping the US stay ahead in the global game. Plus, xAI is rolling out Grok for government, making its AI models available to federal agencies, signaling a big move in the collaboration between AI companies and the government. Switching gears to the automotive world, Tesla has finally hit the Indian market. But it's not cheap, pricing the Model Y at around $71,000 due to hefty tariffs, more than double the US price. Tesla's entry into India is a strategic move, targeting a huge middle class, but production challenges and stiff competition from Chinese EVs like BYD are making things tricky. The company's expansion plans are on hold, highlighting the hurdles they face in tapping into this booming market. And in the geopolitical arena, the US is shifting gears in Asia. A senior Pentagon official is advising European allies to stay out of the Indo-Pacific, pushing burden sharing with Asian nations like Japan and Australia to counter China. The US wants allies to boost defense spending and rethink troop deployments, focusing on regional deterrence. Meanwhile, Japan's prime minister is set to meet with US officials to discuss tariffs, just ahead of election season. Plus, Hong Kong's new US consul general is expected to arrive soon, aiming to strengthen ties despite recent tensions. Please continue to watch for more details. CNN reports that the US Department of Defense has awarded lucrative contracts to OpenAI, Alphabet's Google, Anthropic, and Elon Musk's xAI, each potentially worth up to $200 million. These agreements are set to accelerate the integration of cutting-edge artificial intelligence into national security operations, empowering the Pentagon to develop autonomous AI workflows to tackle pressing security issues. This move signifies a strategic shift, with the DoD emphasizing that AI adoption is crucial for maintaining technological superiority over adversaries. Meanwhile, xAI has introduced Grok for Government, a suite of advanced AI models tailored for federal and security agencies, including its flagship Grok 4. The contracts deepen ties between leading AI firms and the government, addressing the urgent need for competitive AI development amid growing concerns over national security and technological dominance. The Biden administration's push for broader AI adoption, alongside regulatory relaxations by the Trump era, underscores a national priority to harness AI's potential while navigating the complex landscape of regulation and competition. According to CNN, Tesla has finally entered the Indian market by opening its first showroom in Mumbai, aiming to tap into the country's vast middle class despite the high price tags. The Model Y is listed at over $71,000 in India, significantly more expensive than the approximately $37,500 price after tax credits in the US, largely due to hefty tariffs on foreign vehicles. Tesla's move into India is seen as a strategic effort to boost sales amid declining US figures and increasing competition from Chinese EV manufacturers like BYD. The company's absence has hurt global sales, which are experiencing their worst decline ever, partly because of political controversies surrounding Elon Musk. While Tesla has expressed interest in building a manufacturing plant in India, current capacity constraints and tariff barriers complicate these plans. With India ranking as the third-largest auto market, Tesla's entry could be pivotal, but the high costs and trade tensions highlight the challenges of establishing a foothold in this burgeoning market. The South China Morning Post reports that the United States is actively encouraging its Asian allies, particularly Japan and Australia, to increase their defense spending and clarify their roles in the Indo-Pacific region amid rising tensions with China. Pentagon officials, notably Elbridge Colby, have been pressing Japan to allocate 3% of its GDP to defense and even urging a 5% target, causing frustration among Japanese leaders who feel these demands exceed previous negotiations. The US appears to be shifting its strategic focus, contemplating a reallocation of troops in South Korea from defending against North Korea to countering China more directly, which signals a significant recalibration of regional military commitments. Experts suggest that Washington's push for increased allied military contributions aims to bolster deterrence against China, with some analysts warning that this could strain relations if allies are perceived as being pressured too heavily, yet emphasizing that the US remains committed to its Indo-Pacific alliances for collective security. Nikkei Asia details Japan's diplomatic efforts to negotiate tariffs with the United States, as the looming threat of a 25% tariff on Japanese goods threatens economic stability ahead of the upcoming House of Councilors election. Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba is seeking a meeting with U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent during his visit to Japan for the World Exposition, aiming to accelerate negotiations before tariffs are imposed. The US has announced a series of country-specific tariffs, and Japan faces a significant increase from 24% to 25%. The negotiations are complicated by domestic political considerations, with Japan's ruling coalition under pressure to secure favorable terms amidst a tense electoral environment. This tariff dispute underscores ongoing trade frictions between the two nations, reflecting broader strategic tensions as the US seeks to leverage economic policy in its geopolitical rivalry with China. The South China Morning Post also reports on the upcoming appointment of a new US diplomat to Hong Kong, which is expected to occur by late summer. The US is eager to enhance engagement with Hong Kong's local administration, despite diplomatic sensitivities stemming from recent political developments and security laws enacted by Beijing. The acting consul general, David Schlafer, mentioned that only one candidate remains for the position, Julie Ida, a seasoned diplomat with prior experience during the 2019 protests, though China has yet to formally approve her appointment. The US seeks to rebuild its diplomatic presence and foster closer cooperation, especially on law enforcement issues, amid deteriorating relations since the social unrest and the imposition of security legislation. This diplomatic maneuvering highlights Washington's strategic interest in maintaining influence in Hong Kong and countering Chinese authority, even as it navigates complex legal and political challenges. The Associated Press vividly captures the aftermath of a relentless storm that battered the U.S. Northeast, revealing a city grappling with both resilience and chaos. The NYC subway, battered yet unbowed, roared back to full operation after a night of frantic repairs, with social media footage showing water cascading into Manhattan stations and passengers clinging to train seats to escape the floodwaters. The city's sewer system, overwhelmed by more than 1.75 inches of rain in just an hour, burst into manholes, creating geysers that dramatized the storm's fury. Meanwhile, in New Jersey, authorities scrambled to understand a house fire that coincided with floodwaters inundating neighborhoods, underscoring the storm's destructive reach and the ongoing recovery efforts in the wake of nature's brutal onslaught. CNN offers a stark look at the turbulent waters of U.S. financial politics, where President Trump's recent tariff threats and aggressive rhetoric aimed at the Federal Reserve threatened to destabilize a surprisingly resilient market. Despite the weekend's shocks, tariffs on major trading partners and accusations against Fed Chair Jerome Powell, Wall Street remained remarkably unshaken, buoyed by optimistic earnings forecasts and steady economic signals. Analysts warn that the calm may be deceptive, as Trump's relentless attacks on Powell and the Fed risk igniting turbulence, especially if markets grow overconfident in the assumption that Trump will retreat from his most extreme measures. The narrative underscores the precarious balance of power and perception, where political bravado and market confidence are intertwined in a delicate dance that could tip at any moment. Nikkei Asia details a strategic leap in autonomous transportation, with Uber and Baidu announcing a partnership to deploy Baidu's Apollo Go driverless taxis across Asia and the Middle East, marking a significant expansion outside the US and China. With over 1,000 fully driverless vehicles and more than 11 million rides completed, Baidu's fleet is rapidly becoming a global player in the robotaxi revolution. This alliance signals Uber's intensified push into the autonomous vehicle market, aiming to challenge rivals like Lyft and reshape urban mobility. The rollout, expected later this year, exemplifies how tech giants are accelerating efforts to revolutionize transportation, bringing self-driving taxis closer to everyday reality and transforming the future of urban travel across continents. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the xAI team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of xAI Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the xAI team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize xAI Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, xaibrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive xAI Brief via email.
Got a question in your mind? We'll find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything, life and learn. kids and grown-ups too. We've got the A to Z for you. Got a question in your mind? We'll find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything. Laugh and learn with the zing, zing, zing. From ants to outer space, we've got the facts in one great place. For kids and grown-ups too.